What's good in the hood, YouTube? This is Crazy Samurai 71 here, bringing another video. So just recently, I went and picked up the game Xenoblade Chronicles X, and while I got that, way back during the time that Wave 3 of the Amiibo line was coming out, I pre-ordered Ike, which was an Amiibo that I really wanted to get because I already had Marth, but I wanted Ike as well because I'm a big Fire Emblem fan, and I'm trying to get like all the Fire Emblem characters. Currently, I only have Marth, but then when I went there back in February, I pre-ordered it, and they had to push back. There was big delays on that Amiibo figure, so I was thinking to myself, I wasn't sure when I was going to get it. Yet I pre-ordered it, so I wasn't sure when what was going to happen and if I was ever going to get it. And I've mentioned this to several of my friends, like I never got it, and yet I pre-ordered it. So think of it this way: I pre-ordered that back in February. 10 months later, when I went to the store and got the game, finally they realized in the computer that I pre-ordered Ike, and I finally got him. Now I got to pay a reduced fee because I already had paid the pre-order fee, so it was very nice. So finally, I can say that I own Ike and actually have him. So here he is in box, beautiful looking figure. Really happy that I finally got him. If you're curious as to why they probably realized this also. For those who do not know, very recently there was Black Friday, and Black Friday they restocked Ike in GameStops around the world, well, around the country at least. And so as a result of that, they probably had some extra at the store that I went to, and they realized that they had it and they could fill my pre-order. So finally I managed to get Ike. Here he is from this side inside box. The back, if you're curious, here's that image, and from the opposite side inside the box. So he's a really cool looking figure, and I like his box. And now with his addition to my group of characters that I actually have, I only have, I'm trying to think now, three more characters from the third wave that I'm missing. This was the third wave. I think that's right. I'm trying to think which ones I'm missing. Rosalina, Meta Knight, I don't know, 4 characters, because there's Shulk in that wave too. Shulk and Toon Link. Yeah, that's right. God, it's a lot more than I thought. Originally I thought there was only 3. So, technically it's the, what waves is it? That wave and the first wave are the 2 waves that I have the least of. But I'm still happy that I got him. I always forget that I'm missing Toon Link. Because I have all the other Legend of Zelda characters but Toon Link, sadly. And yeah, I love Wind Waker. Oh well. Hopefully at some point they'll restock Toon Link. I don't expect it anytime soon. But here he is at a box. Just hold on one second. I just want to make sure that I put it back all the way properly. Yeah. Here's the box now. So, good. Just glad that I finally finished that. So here he is again. Give you guys a good look at him. He's a really nice figure, as you can see here. The only thing, oddly enough, that is actually being held up in a place, and this is kind of surprising, is the bottom of the sword. I'm a little confused as to why that is. I'm guessing it's because they wanted it to be a fixed pose so that the sword wouldn't get warped and go out of place. That's probably what it was. I'm guessing. It makes sense because you could just, if this weren't there, it would probably be really easy to just warp it out of place, and then suddenly you'd have these bent swords that would be going out like a huge distance. So good. So actually, I admire them for that. As a whole, he's a pretty tall figure. I'm curious as to how tall he is. I'm gonna grab my Samus figure just because Samus is pretty tall, and just see how tall they are in comparison to each other. They're actually pretty close. I think I think. Yeah, I actually think Ike is just a hair taller, maybe just a little bit. Um, which definitely tells you that he scales pretty well. He's a pretty nice figure. Here's his face if you wanted to have a closer look at that. The sword looks great. Here he is from this angle, and from the back. I love the cape, the artwork on that, just gorgeous. And here he is from this side. See the cape is like whooshing off with the gust of wind. He's just a really, really clean figure, really, really nice. I love the detailing. I love the shoulder blade here. The shoulder, what do you call it? Like the protective shoulder pad or whatever. That's something that I always remember of him. So it's really cool to see that. And just in general, he's a really nice figure, and he's a good size. He has just enough detail. He's done really well. The sword is gorgeous. Does it actually have any writing on it? Maybe. Yeah, I think there is some writing. I'm just trying to see here. Yeah, but I think it's in like the language of the people of that game. So I really can't. And also, just in general, it's very, very like tiny print, so it's really hard to make out what's written on it. But there's definitely some markings, so that makes me think that there's probably some message on it, which is probably matching something related to the game. Which if that's true, that's awesome. And even if it's not, it looks pretty badass. It looks pretty cool. Just in general, this is a really nice figure. I like the fact that most of this is a pretty solid piece, and there's nothing that I could see that seemed like it would have been attached after the fact. Like everything seems like a complete connected mold, and just in general, it's a really clean look. There's no paint damage I can see. And just in general, it's a really clean look. There's nothing that could really get warped very easily, because especially the sword. The sword would have been the thing that probably would have been warped had they not put that post in there. And you might wonder if the cape is like how loose the cape is. It's pretty durable. Like you could definitely move it. Like believe me, I'm touching it right now, and I definitely see it moving. But you'd have to like force it. Like you'd have to actually pull for it to like pry off or something. I'm actually just gonna check Marth's cape just to see what the durability of that is. Yeah, same idea, except Marth is actually a little bit tighter, and that one I could totally see that one breaking off a little bit more easily because that's like a harder plastic than Ike's. Because Ike's cape is sort of like a looser material, while Marth's is kind of like a harder plastic. But at the same time, they're still like both ones you get to pry. If you're curious, here's the two of them together. Look awesome. I love it. You know, obviously, I wish that I had Robin and Palutena, and obviously when Roy comes out, I hope to get Roy. If I can get Roy, Ike, and Marth, I'd be happy at least. But if I can get the other two, I'd be really, really happy. I'm actually glad that they chose to have the sword down. Looking at Marth's, where like you can see that the sword definitely warps, and that's also because of the fact that he's known for posing with his sword out rather than out like that. So definitely is something. It is a little bit hard to actually pose them together because their capes actually go out a little bit, and so it prevents them from like standing super close to each other. I mean, you could do it, but it's like their capes are overlapping from the back, so it kind of is annoying, and I don't want to like force it either, obviously. But it's good, and you know, it's nice to see both of their capes from the back, because like, you know, they have their unique patterns, which is just great. Mars is a little bit harder to see in this lighting, but yeah, it's really cool, and I'm happy to know that I have the two of these guys, because now I have more than one Fire Emblem character, and I've been wanting as many Fire Emblem characters as I could get for quite some time, and it's great to know that I have them. So other than that, guys, this has been our Amiibo review of Ike. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. So remember, guys, comment below and like, and I will see you again. So bye bye.